Welcome to Chaotically Nerdy, a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and for children with bad parents. Adult language will be used, and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy, and filling your ears with the alphabetical onslaught of D&D changes from Baldur's Gate is me, Tyler.
And me, Jarrett.
And me, Ethan.
Why is that so funny?
It was just the way you said
Alphabetical
it.
onslaught?
It's because we're just going in order alphabetically, and I don't know why that...
What other order should we go in? Should we go like by the second letter?
No, that would make it
Reverse
so much harder.
alphabetical.
Yeah, it's just
By our favorite.
the last letter.
See, we could have done that. We could have done like the favorite
Most changes to least changes.
But it wouldn't be organic. You know how everyone likes them non-GMO bullshit things nowadays? Yeah. Once that organic stuff, I don't know. I think it's all organic if it's plants or animals. It's organic by definition.
Yeah.
Yeah. And everything has been altered genetically. That's called
At this
evolution, bitch.
At this point. Oh.
That tangented. I'm sorry.
It's fine. That's what we do.
Speaking of evolution, let's talk
Speaking
about
of-
the changes.
That's a good segue. I like that.
Yeah, I thought about it like on the fly. I wanted to use it.
I figured. We're going to talk about Paladin today, which, from what everybody said, is what everybody, by everybody I mean you two, have said. There's not a whole lot of changes to them.
There's not.
They're very minor changes, and I did get plenty on the page to talk about.
Yeah, you really did.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's Paladin, though. There's not like a whole lot of changes you need to make the class good anyway.
There's some...
We talk about it all the time. It's the best class in D&D.
Somehow, though, in a lot of ways, it's more powerful than on the tabletop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of times in the game I will use a second level smite, and I did not need a second level smite.
They're not turning up the base volume. They're just turning up like all the little knobs.
Yeah.
Like the gains just slightly up and treble, but it's not like on a different level of power though.
No. So to start us off, it's me. In bold, Paladin.
Bold underlined. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I got heavy handed with the Control P, Control U. So
It happens. Characters select their oath at first level rather than third. I have no problems with that because the oath doesn't really change that much in the game.
they wanted it to be more like the other faith classes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which start like Warlock and Cleric, which start out with like a kind of direction.
And I'm going to read this next one because that first one was so short. They're very strict on sticking to your oath. I've not come across that, but I'm also Oath of Vengeance.
Well, it's because you have it straight from your oath. What it means by is if you try and straight from it, fucking oath breaker, bitch.
Yeah.
It's like immediate.
Yeah, I have seen like a lot of clips of people doing that where it breaks very
I had
quickly.
one that it was like the first 5 minutes of me playing, I made a decision that was totally against it. Yeah.
What was the
Did you like
decision?
kill us or something?
No. Well,
Or like save us or what? I don't know which one you
saved us. And I was in Ancients, so I think
Go-
Ancients.
Yeah. So it goes like against natural order maybe or something.
Maybe.
But
I don't know.
it was like, did he show up and was like, bitch?
I was like, what? A paladin? It's not a terrible creature.
No, it helps you.
It helps
It
you,
does.
and it's friendly. I mean, why would we hurt us?
Yeah.
It's just I love the name.
I wouldn't hurt me. Why
makes
would I
it-
hurt us?
Makes things like that make so much more sense.
That's
or less
like
sense.
paladin logic, because I know I didn't have a high intelligence.
Jarrett, you're up next.
Third bullet point.
God damn it. Jarrett.
I put those on there on
I
purpose.
figured.
I figured you did.
Channel
too.
divinity. Underlined. It changed a channel oath, and each subclass gets a new channel oath feature at first level. It's separate from a cleric channel divinity now, which I don't think.
They're totally interchangeable in 5e.
Are they?
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe they were. I've never actually had anybody play it, or I've never seen.
There's no
anybody play
reason to.
Yeah.
It becomes totally mad.
Yeah.
Multi-ability score dependent. So
But-
it's not worth it in 5e.
Did you kill him or did you kill us?
I don't remember.
Okay.
He did something.
It's been like a month and a half. I don't remember anything from back then.
I feel like you might have killed him
I probably did.
because just the like tenets that I started off with, kindle the light through your acts of mercy, kindness, and forgiveness. Kindle the light of hope in the world, beating back despair. I feel like if you murdered us, that could break it. And then at the bottom, be a glorious beacon for all who live in despair. Let the light of your joy and courage shine forth in all your deeds. I feel like
So I should have saved the intellect devourer.
Yeah. Because it's a good intellect devourer.
I
Unless-
don't believe in that.
Unless you piss it off.
That it wasn't in the oath, I'll be honest. It was really
and
vague.
I'm not saying that you did. Maybe you saved it, and it was saying that was a bad creature, and that's what you.
Maybe
should
that's
have
not
killed.
even what I did. Maybe I was just like Shadowheart. I'm not gonna save you. That's a lot of time I gotta waste, like running into the other room and coming back in here.
That's true. That could have happened as well.
I don't have a high intelligence. I can't do that.
So you just let her
Sit there.
sit there and not.
She shows up on the beach afterwards. It doesn't matter.
I think it's more that he didn't try to help her.
Yeah. This was like a secondary playthrough.
Yeah,
And so you're like just speed running. You're like, I don't give a fuck.
I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was like,
Fair enough.
oh, what happened? I feel disconnected.
Oh, you're up next, Ethan.
Oh, where are we at?
Divine Sense.
Okay.
Underline.
Divine Sense. Now a bonus action. 1 per short rest. Last 2 rounds. It's changed to now grant advantage on attack rolls on Celestials, Fiends, and Undead. Whereas you just kind of know where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only within
And that's
30
more of
feet.
a-
30 or 60 feet. I can't
It's
remember.
like 30 or 60 feet, but this is a direct power creep.
yeah, it's just
yeah.
like have free advantage over.
These 3 powerful creatures that you're going to come in contact with fairly often. Yes.
The Fiends and Celestials less so.
But the Undead
But
comes
the
in play
Undead for
a
the middle
lot.
half of the game is like, oh,
That's
there's
what you run into.
There's a
the
lot of
It's the
majority of it.
beginning through the middle half. There's a bunch of little places with
Oh, yeah.
skeletons and all
saying,
sorts
like,
of stuff.
The entire middle is like just undead. It's just
Yeah,
undead.
it really is.
That's all it is.
Act 2 is.
All Act 2
Undead.
is undead.
Yeah, well, it's a big jump from what Divine Sense is,
Yeah.
which is just I know where you are. It's
Yeah.
just like an awareness thing.
But-
whereas in this, it's like an actual, like,
Yeah, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to
a
implement
fist.
that and make it be used. Because I feel like that's something that they've tried to, whenever they change things, was they tried to make it to where you use everything,
Yeah.
not just.
Well,
have-
it is a video game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see this as a terrible change, to be honest.
Now,
Tabletop would be ridiculous. Though.
I think no, it wouldn't be that bad.
just
don't think so?
Well, just one per
Well, I
short
guess
rest.
if it's just 2 rounds.
There's so many
yeah,
other
it wouldn't be that bad.
places that you can get advantage from. It doesn't
Yeah.
make that big of a difference.
Yeah.
but
though,
but a low
on
level.
the tabletop, I would give them both effects of Divine Sense. Maybe even like have Divine Sense upgrade like I don't know 6th level or something like that. So you get like a time where it's not advantage early on, so it's not like blowing everything out of the water.
and like super dippable
Yeah,
Yeah.
as
yeah.
Paladin already is.
So you want to take it past level 5 anyway. So 6 or 8 or 9 would be a good place to have this as an increase to like a nice little power tier creep thing. Yeah, would be okay.
Yes.
Hey, you're back up again, Ethan.
Lay on Hand used to be once per long rest. You got a pool of healing points equal to 5 times your paladin level. Plus, you could also cure diseases and poisons with it. In Baldur's Gate 3, it changed to you get 3 charges per long rest, and that increases to 4 charges at level 4. And then those charges heal 2 times your paladin level per charge spent. Or you could expend 2 charges to cure disease or poison.
I think in there's a third option. I think
The third option is
like
just
a
4
half-
times your
yeah.
paladin level.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's just 4. So it's literally just using 2 charges at once for 1 action. But it's still the same. It's still the same amount of healing.
It was really good before they patched it.
Yes, it was.
The first hot fix, it was just your character level.
Oh,
Yeah. Now it's your paladin level. I'm like, yeah, you bastard.
You bastard.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's a
so
good
good.
change. It's a positive change, to be honest.
And it's an appropriate
because it was
change.
too much. It was too much on Paladin. It's too much,
But it's so
especially if you're Oath of Ancients. It's way too much.
And then the last little bullet point that I'm just going to read real fast. You can prepare more spells. That's never a bad thing,
And
even though I never used...
What's the change? I don't remember.
I don't remember exactly.
Is it just your paladin level plus charisma now?
I think
Maybe?
so.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because before you get so
It's half your paladin level.
It's like
plus
half your,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, half your...
I think it's
charisma.
just your
No,
Paladin.
half your paladin level plus your charisma.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
was-
it was very.
My
few.
brain was like
Yeah.
half your... I was thinking charisma plus half your paladin level, which is the same thing, just said differently.
It was very few spells, but in all honesty, you get the same number of spell slots. So you're going to not be using those for spells.
Yeah.
You're going to be using them to
It's
It doesn't
a useless
change
change
anything.
because you're
shove
not
your
using
blade up somebody's bunghole is what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, you're never using those spell slots for anything other than
No.
divine smite.
Yeah, it's just paladin level plus
they're-
charisma.
That's what I figured.
Yeah. But it's not that big of a deal.
never-
But you do get more spell options for utility stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, if you
I've
wanted
never
to.
used
You're not going to do it. You shouldn't be doing it.
divine smite.
Yeah. Even like the activatable spells that are smites, like destructive or smitey smite, whatever it's called.
Thunderous.
Thunderous,
I don't even remember their
wrathful.
names. Don't use them. Just use the regular smite.
Yeah,
Go
there's-
on with your day.
Well, you can use them if you use them on Karlak.
You can. Yes.
Karlak gets those because she's a
Oh, yeah. Because she gets
whatever
like the once
tiefling
per
she is.
short
I can't
rest.
remember.
It's Avernus, isn't it?
This is our
Zariel.
Zariel.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
It's a heritage
That's
tiefling.
the level that Zariel oversees.
Sure.
Is Avernus.
You know how many things I've heard in that game that I'm just like, yeah.
Would it be like Avernian, or would it be like Avernus, or like what would it be?
Averni.
Averni? Okay, the Latin.
Avernoni.
Averoni.
Averoni.
That sounds
Averoni.
like
It sounds
that's
like
some spicy pasta.
no, it sounds like plankton. Averoni, give me the Formuoli. Oh shit. Jarrett, read us the Oath of Ancients 2 changes.
Oath of Ancients.
Shit.
New level 1 channel oath ability. It's called Healing Radiance. It's an AoE heal. I think at 10 feet, 10 feet.
Give me a second, I'll tell you.
I don't know.
I got the wiki pulled up. Read the next one. Though.
Fuck.
Why would you?
Heal yourself and all proficiency plus paladin level plus charisma modifier for hit points. It doesn't even say how far it is.
Really? Oh, that's weird.
Well, hold on. I got to pull it up separate.
Yeah, click
It's
it.
a bonus action, range self, 3 meters, 10 feet.
Yeah.
It's 1 foot.
And then
It's
there's
an AOE, but we have to be hugging.
pretty much.
Basically.
I only really used it for the whoever the paladin was.
It's not.
Yeah,
even,
that's-
it's not even worth it then. Like the other 3 are better. Still, I like Oath of Ancients. It's a really
It's like
nice.
I had it
utility
on
thing.
will, so just like a little bit extra healing.
Especially, it's okay if you're doing like a dip.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
what it was.
going
a
the rest
two-level
into
dip.
Warlock. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the second bullet point, channel oath ability, Nature's Wrath, can only be resisted with strength in 5e. It's dex or strength.
You could choose.
You choose.
Yeah,
I think as the
it's not that big
as
of
the
a
target
bonus,
you
but-
chose, or does the I can't remember. Is it or do you
what?
choose as the?
I think that the target chooses.
Yeah, I think it's probably.
I don't remember offhand exactly.
I think in tabletop, it is the target chooses.
This makes a big difference in Baldur's Gate because early on you fight all those goblins, which are high dex.
Yeah.
So if they could choose to do dex instead, you're going to have a problem with that.
Which is probably easier to just pick one and leave it so that the game doesn't
It's
have
not
to
what-
try to calculate
Yeah.
which one's best.
Yeah. Plus, this gives you less clutter of action on the video game.
Yeah.
So it's not bad. It's not a bad change for the video game. I'm not sure if I would implement it on a tabletop.
No.
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 Quickly.
While he's looking that up,
Nature's
are you looking up tabletop?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
it's
what I
choice. Target's choice.
Okay, that's what it usually is.
figured.
Anytime there's a choice between the two.
At a low level, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
At a high level, it's not a big deal.
I guess it depends on what class you're playing. Where
Because-
it's more because there are people that dump strength forever and never use strength.
There's a lot more low-level creatures that have high dex than there are high-level creatures that have high dex. They usually have higher strength.
Yeah.
So this doesn't make so much big of a deal in Baldur's Gate or 5e for it being strength unless you're like pre-level 5-ish range.
Gotcha. And then I'll take us to the underlined Oath of a Devotion. I about said Oath of a Devotee.
Ow.
The level 1 channel oath ability Holy Rebuke is new. Do you know what that is?
No idea.
Okay, well, give me a second. I will tell you.
The only one that makes any difference to me is Oathbreaker. So
Holy Rebuke is call upon your oath to grant a vengeful aura that deals 1d4 radiant damage to anyone who hits them with a melee attack. So it's,
Thorns damage.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's within 30 feet. So as long as you're within 30 feet, you can do damage to him. The channel oath ability Turn the Unholy actually does work in the same as in 5e, targeting fiends and undead, though it is labeled incorrectly in the interface as targeting fiends and fae. So just in the game, it says it targets fiends and fae, but it actually does fiends and undead.
As far as I know, that is correct.
Turn
There's
the
not a lot of fey creatures
It does
in
say
the game.
fae and fiends on here. That's weird.
Mostly around the hags.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're like quicklings or there's some little fucking fey creature.
There is, but
Is
there's
it
only
red caps?
there's the red caps
That's what
and the hags
Yeah.
are fey creatures. But that's really not going to make that big of a difference because they're a small part of the game. They're a good part of the game, but they're small. Nah.
Love that. I've seen people just walk through that area and never know a thing's wrong. The oath spell Zone of Truth, which is granted at level 5, is now replaced with Silence. That's just because
There is no zone of truth.
how the hell are you going to use Zone of Truth in that game? I mean, unless, I guess,
It'd be in the conversation just
Yeah.
like...
Yeah, like use Zone of Truth, and it like automatically
charm and
makes them fail deception checks or something.
Yeah. But, I mean, there's not a lot of times someone is making checks against you.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a couple times like...
where it'll just do like an
Or
automatic
like automatic,
insight.
yeah, but say, or you automatically succeed on insight checks.
It's not a... It would not be an easy spell to implement into that type of game. No.
And then the oath spell Dispel Magic, granted at level 9, is replaced with Remove Curse.
There's no dispel magic.
There's not? I didn't know there was.
No,
No.
because there's nothing that you could really use it on that I know of.
Outside of like spell effects, like I don't know,
Oh yeah,
Cloud of Daggers.
shield,
that.
cloud of daggers, any of the like AOE, like
It is weird that it's not in there.
Things that just
I didn't think
sit
about that.
there.
the like poison cloud thing.
Wall
or-
of Fire.
Cloud Guild, Wall of Stone.
Yeah, that's weird. I wonder why they didn't put it in there.
Because they said, fuck it.
Actually, I think I read something about this. They were going to put it in there, but it kept breaking the game, and they took it out because there are places where you'll see like little tiny references to it, but it's not like it's a function in the game. So it might be something they update later. I'm not sure, but
And add to it.
I
it
do
kept
wonder.
doing weird things to the game.
Oh, like actually breaking the game, not like
Yeah,
making it unbalanced.
yeah. I think it was both. Actually,
Maybe I don't know.
yeah.
Jarrett, you're up for vengeance.
Oath of Vengeance Paladin for some reason. Only one that only has it's the only one that has Paladin.
No,
After.
Oathbreaker Paladin has it on
It's
this.
very weird.
It is weird.
The level 1 channel oath ability, Inquisitor's Might, is new. Don't know what it does.
It,
Again, Oathbreaker's the only one that makes any sense.
you or an ally's weapon attacks deal an additional radiant damage equal to your charisma modifier and can daze enemies for 2 turns. That's what that does.
I may have also forgot to put their descriptions in here.
It's all right. It happens.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And then Relentless Avenger gives a movement amount equal to 4.5 meters or 15 feet rather than half the character's movement speed, which is this essentially
It's essentially the same
generally
thing.
going to be the same. Generally, unless you take mobile or you're a monk or you're a wood elf
Dwarf.
or a dwarf. But even then, they usually round up.
Yeah.
A dwarf.
Dwarf. Ethan.
Oathbreaker Paladin. I didn't put this one either.
Give me a second.
Okay.
I keep pulling it back up.
The level 1 channel Oath ability, Spiteful Suffering, is new.
And what it does is you steep an enemy in the darkness that churns within you. The target takes 1d4 plus your charisma modifier necrotic damage each turn, and attack rolls have advantage against it.
Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, and then you also get Control Undead. Its range is reduced to 6 meters instead of 20 feet, and the effect is limited to the target's level rather than challenge rating.
And what Control Undead is, you use the power of your oath to gain control over an undead creature. Makes sense. The undead will follow you around and attack your enemies. The target's level must be lower than yours.
And it just lasts until a long rest, not for 24 hours.
Ah.
I can't.
Most of the 24-hour
Yeah.
things have been moved to long rest.
I'm trying
Because
to
it
think
makes more sense.
of good
It's easier to
undead to like take that you could take.
When you fight Ketherick, didn't he have a bunch of undead?
I think they're just
If
like,
you get to that point, I beat the fight before there was anybody else.
yeah. I think that there's. I don't remember them being like particularly like strong.
There's that lich.
No, but it's more just having people.
Yeah, but you can't. You're not going to be the higher level than him.
You don't know that.
I would highly doubt a lich is below 12th level.
Not if you mod it.
Well, yeah.
Speaking of that, since we've all played it longer, have any of you
Negative.
dealt with mods?
Haven't played it since we recorded.
Nope.
Okay.
Never played mods on it.
Okay.
I wanted to. I wanted to put like the inventory mods to like give the better containers and stuff like that. But I just never got around to it, and I was like, Starfield's coming out. I better play that. And then
How'd you like Starfield?
I haven't played it since
That's what I
fucking
thought.
September. Played it for about 2 weeks, and I was like, I'm done.
Well, at least y'all have
I tried it.
talked me into not buying it for a while. Until it goes on sale. That's the thing.
Even then, I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's when I do sales, I don't do like Steam's normal sales of like, it's a full-fledged game. We're going to take off 15%. You're still going to pay $45. I wait until they're like 80% off. Like this.
It's usually 75.
Well, like Spider-Man and Miles Morales that are on PC now, that are on Steam, still haven't bought because they've yet to go past like below like 30% on sale, I think.
I'm waiting on City Skylines right now. The second one, not the first one. That one's still pretty cheap.
Yeah.
So that's all the changes from the game from tabletop to the game. Which ones, I know we kind of mentioned it as we talk through, but are there any that we just absolutely would not change? That we wouldn't implement from tabletop to, or from Baldur's Gate to tabletop? I'm saying it backwards.
Implement?
Yeah.
That were like, fuck them.
Or like, that's a bad choice, basically.
I personally prefer the way Lay on Hands works on the tabletop, the way it is now.
Instead of the charges.
Yeah, because
It's easier to keep track of. Like,
Yeah, it
you're
is.
like,
You know that it's this many points, and you can use this many points for...
And let's be honest, most of the time we're just dumping it back into yourself. You're like, oh,
yeah.
getting hit for 15 damage.
yeah, but if you also have like another person who got hit too hard and they're going down, you can keep
1 point.
You can dribble them off the floor. 1 point.
Can.
Yeah,
I know, it's just funny to hear you can dribble them off the floor.
that's what it is because they're just up down, up down.
Oh,
up,
I
down.
100% agree with you.
Yeah, I don't think I would implement that one. I think it works fine for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just easier for the game to keep track of it that way instead of
so.
you heal yourself for...
And then you have to like type in a number or use
Or
like,
like-
a scroll wheel or
You would
an
have to...
arrow.
I'm sure that it would be an up and down arrow, and you would just have to hit until you get to where you want.
Yeah, but you could like hover over and probably like scroll with your mouse wheel.
and I guess Divine Sense is a bit much, to be honest. Just straight up advantage on 3 different types.
At
of
level
creatures.
1, yeah, it's pretty
At
good.
level 1, it's
But it's very typed. So, I mean, yeah, if you're fighting skeletons...
Yeah, it is. It is very niche in the amount of enemies that if you're just fighting like goblins or some shit, not as useful.
Yeah.
no. But if you're Fighting goblins, you're going to mash them anyway. So.
Yeah.
Well,
But if you're in like a dead campaign like Curse of Strahd,
Yeah.
you're like,
that
oh,
Descent into Avernus.
Descent into Avernus, yeah. Out of the Abyss.
Yeah, all those have a bunch of fiends in it. So, yeah, they're going to be... The DM's going to have a fun time.
So it's kind of dependent on
It's
where
campaign
you're playing.
specific,
Yeah.
yeah. But I would probably take like Ethan's idea of putting it at a higher level, like a Divine Sense upgrade.
But even despite saying both of those abilities, I think my biggest takeaway from Baldur's Gate 3 Paladin is I should be a lot more strict on as a DM on my paladins and their oaths,
Yeah.
because that was a lot more interesting in there when someone was like, "Oh, well, the weird guy in armor or whatever he is, has come to talk to me. I better
Has come and told me that I fucked up.
I'm either changing alignment or." Or I'm going to have to backtrack and pay this guy a lot of money to leave me alone.
Is that how you fix it? You just pay him money?
Pretty much.
Okay. I knew that you could fix it. I just didn't know how.
I wish there was a quest to fix it in the game.
That would be...
Like a random quest.
Yeah. That would be better.
I think so.
But I mean, I feel like that's also...
A lot to ask.
Yeah. Because then it's... Is the quest in a specific spot of the game? Is it...
Have one in each act.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have
Well, my first thought is...
chance to redeem yourself in each act. So you have basically
3 chances.
3 chances.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you waste that chance early on. Like you fix yourself early on Act 2 and then you
I
fuck
feel
it
like
up
if
again.
you repeatedly
Wait.
break your oath, you should just be an oath.
Can you not
breaker.
just
absolutely.
Can you not just pay Withers 100 gold and respec out?
Yeah.
Yeah. There
Like
goes.
respec out of Paladin and
Yeah.
respec right back
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
You can.
So I'm like, it doesn't really matter.
And then you can pickpocket the gold back from Withers.
And lose your oath again because
No,
you
No, he uses
because you
Astarion
didn't
or
do it. You have Astarion do
Yeah.
it. You don't,
Oh, yeah,
you don't have an oath.
That's true.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
Yeah.
It's not like a
He has
19,
one oath.
it's a 19 or a
He
20.
likes to suck.
It's a 19 or a 20, so you're gonna have
Blood.
a very high chance of succeeding it at a.
And if you fail, nothing happens.
No, nothing happens. Literally nothing happens.
he's
he's
just
just
an
like-
he's an old man. Like quit that.
Yeah, he's an old man. Yeah.
Oh. All right. Well, I think that wraps up the Power Ranger episode.
Are you sure?
I mean, is there
You got
anything else?
I don't have anything else. It's not. There's not much to go on here. I mean,
I'm trying to think of like
I went
what
through
items. I don't think there's really any other than like the
think so.
crit
The one-
decreasing ones.
The one thing that really broke Paladin for me in this is getting your spell slots back with elixirs,
That does help.
because you just smash, chug,
Gulp, gulp.
Yeah.
smash, and then go on with that. I don't think that's a good change, personally. I think resource management is a positive thing in D&D. I
It
think
is.
that there's a lot of times where it's bad, like sorcerer's points, but I think that Paladin usually has it pretty good. So,
Yeah, I never really
I
in
never-
tabletop. I don't have too much of a problem.
Yeah, I also never, when I played Baldur's Gate, I never really messed with the elixirs. I was just like,
I didn't. I
they're
have yet.
fantastic for cleric and
They
wizard.
are.
You just and bard, like you just keep throwing out all these spells, and then like you into combat, and it's like, oh, I got to go long rest again. Nope,
yeah, but there's no like
and you can make them.
negative to long resting really.
I never messed with alchemy either.
Well, I didn't take
I did
Gale
it
in my
for-
party. I made him a transmuter wizard, and then made a whole bunch of potions out of it. So.
Gotcha.
I just make some health potions every now and then there's a couple of like occasional potions that I needed to make or would need, like a potion of flying or invisibility or
Oh yeah.
Haste.
something. Haste, potion of speed. Those are really good.
Yeah, that was
Fly is usually the one that I need because
Yeah.
that constant thing where I'll jump over, somebody follows me, and then when I jump back, they can't make it back for whatever fucking reason.
Like even if you take control of them, they can't make it back.
Yeah, even if I take, it's something about, I guess it's like just a stair step higher,
Yeah.
so they can jump down.
A lot of
they
times
just
they're
can't
not.
jump
A
up.
lot of times they're not supposed to jump down if they can't make it back up.
Yeah, well,
They're not.
They do it though.
They do.
all the fucking time.
They go splat.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, well, that wraps up this episode, and use the link in the description to find all our stuff. And go there and enjoy everything. I just realized you had a pile of scripts in the corner over there.
Yeah.
Let's throw these over there then.
Yeah, works for me. That's a lot. I'll let you throw them over there. Use the links. Learn more from us there. I don't think you learn anything by listening to us.
Well, you might. I don't know.
Yeah, you might.
Maybe next time we record, it'll be cold in here. We can just start a fire in the corner.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, it'd be nice and warm. Toasty
That is
in here.
not. No.
Yeah.
These scripts are
It's
on the
not
ground
my
on carpet.
house.
That's a bad idea.
Small fire. Small fire good. Big fire bad.
Agreed.
Use the link and listen to us some more as we vamp about stupid shit.
Yeah, big fire.
Deuce.
Big fire.